In the original Watch Dogs game, it had average shooting mechanics, average gameplay, average open world, an average story, and an average character in Aiden Pearce, who you just didn't really feel a connection to and just didn't downright like. Didn't have any charisma. But with Watch Dogs 2, that all changes. Your main character is Marcus, who is way more likable than Aiden Pearce is. Way more likable, and he has way more charisma. He's way more fun to play as. Now you're probably wondering, is Watch Dogs 2 better than the original Watch Dogs? In hindsight, yes it is. With Watch Dogs not really setting the bar so high, Watch Dogs knocks it out of the park. It's a home run. There's absolutely no competition. This game has better characters, better gameplay, better shooting mechanics, and better storytelling, and a better setting. It's way more better looking than Watch Dogs was. Way better. And you can see that in its engine. Now Ubisoft have a benchmark to beat in this series if they want to continue doing it. Which they probably are going to be continuing doing it. There is a benchmark to beat now. The bar is pretty high now, but not so high to beat it. In Watch Dogs 2, it predicts a not too distant future where your information and your personal secrets are sold online and manipulated by online corporations. In the game, you play as Marcus, who I've told you about, who is a way better character than Aiden Pearce is. Throughout the game, you are trying to take down an internet online corporation called Bloom, which is basically a search engine of security and details and information, personal information. Now, Bloom, they sell their information to other companies to influence your life, your living life, your cost of living, basically. If you're buying too much food, they'll sell that information to these like health insurance organizations, and they will bump up your rebate. They will bump up your taxes, and then they'll basically cost you more to stay with them. If you're spending, too much money, they'll sell that information to banks, and they will stop you from getting loans. It's basically data manipulation. Got to get that out. Data manipulation, where they are doing it for their own good and trying to extend their own reach into the world and just control everything they can. Now, your job as Marcus is to try and bring down Bloom. And through that, you got to go through the companies that they are selling the information to, try and expose them what they are doing. Now, the bad guy who works for Bloom, I can't remember his name, so let's just call him Douchebag Hipster. Now, Douchebag Hipster is a douchebag, but he's a likable villain. He just, every time he's on this, every time he comes up, you just can't help but saying, this guy fucking sucks. He's literally a douchebag, but you just can't help but like him. He's just so fun to watch, and he's just so manipulative, and he gets what he wants all the time. And as the game goes on, you can see that his world is slowly crumbling down as he loses control every now and then. Now, the setting for the game is absolutely gorgeous. It is set in a fictional San Francisco. Now, I've been to San Francisco before. It was okay, but it was just too damn fucking cold there. But in this game, I get to go to all the places I went to and wanted to go to. I went to Alcatraz. I went to Alcatraz in the game. Went to Golden Gate Bridge. I went there in the game. Didn't jump off it. Want to do that. Not in the game, not in real life. I want to do that in the game. Just getting that across. It is just downright beautiful, this game. The engine is way better than it was in Watch Dogs. Where in Watch Dogs, they showed you the engine at E3, the graphics at E3, when they first showcased the game. But when you bought the game, it was downscaled dramatically. Here, it looks like the same as it was shown at E3. Nothing has changed in the game, which is good. That's what you want. If you see something at E3, you better hope that it's in the game. Do not change it and just sell something that's half-assed. Now, the driving is a letdown in this game. It's average. You spend most of the time wrestling with the camera while driving, trying to avoid the cops or trying to get to point B from point A as quick as possible. you spend most of the time resting the camera, which is just absolutely horrendous. You would think that in an open world game you have good driving mechanics. They're okay driving mechanics, but they can be better. You don't want to spend most of the time wrestling with the camera. If you're wrestling with the camera, you're not really watching where you're going, and you spend most of the time running towards other cars. Shooting in this is okay. Headshots is one shot kill, but most of the enemies are bullet sponges towards the end of the game, which is downright infuriating. Because the last mission, I spent about 15 minutes just trying to get through it. It took me 5 tries. It was just downright possible to go on guns blazing or even stealth with the taser, which encourages you to use it more in your weapons. And if you stealthily take out the enemies, it basically makes the game a lot easier, the mission a lot easier, because then you don't have the guards calling in reinforcements. Another thing that you can do during the missions is calling cops and gangs, which I spent most of the time doing because it made some of the missions a lot easier. And the last mission, it helped a lot because it just basically got everyone out of the room for me, and I just basically walked on through. It's like, this, I'd just do this the first time. Because, you know why I didn't do it the first time? Because it takes too damn fucking long. Characters in the game are just all round likable. They really are. Except for Douchebag Hipster, who is a douchebag hipster, but you do like him when he's on the screen because he's just so captivating and just like, I hate you, but you're just so entertaining to watch. It's kind of like that. But Wretch is the best character in the game. Even though you play him, spoilers, you play as him for one mission, Wretch is an anarchist. And it shows that in the mission you play as him. He's just anarchist. He loves anarchy. And all the just references he spills out, and just he's just downright fun to listen to. I mean, I feel really bad because I didn't record this part where him and Marcus were talking about Alien versus Predator, and they're going into like the science and the mythology about it and who would win. And it's like a Predator would have to face 3 Xenomorphs to make it a fair fight, but in the end it'd probably be a draw. Then they went to talk about Alien and Predator versus Batman and Superman. They went on to all of that. It was just fun as fuck just to listen to that dialogue, because the dialogue was just so much fun to listen to. Now for my final thoughts. With Watch Dogs setting the bar so high, as I have said, Watch Dogs 2 beats that easily. It's easily a better game than that is. It's still a good game, but it's not a great game. It's not an amazing game. It's an okay game. It's a good game. It beats the average game that was Watch Dogs. There's still a few things that need to be fixed in the game, but they will probably fix those in later games, maybe. But if they were to do later games, take your time with these games. Do not rush them. Because if you rush them, you'll get games like Assassin's Creed. What happened to that game franchise? There's only 2 good games in that franchise. Do not rush them. Take your time with them. Maybe start a new IP or something. Don't rush them, because you were half-assed and it'll be a broken mess like Assassin's Creed 5 was, I think. I think it was 5. It'll just be broken. So my final score for Watch Dogs 2 is a 7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10 is still a good score for the game. It's way better than Watch Dogs was. Watch Dogs is probably a 5 out of 10. Watch Dogs 2 is a 7.5 out of 10. There's improvement here, and it's still improvement to be made on the game franchise. Hopefully they will fix the shooting mechanics, the driving mechanics, and maybe a good story, a better story. I mean, the story is good, but it can be better than this. I mean, keep the characters the same. Do not change the characters at all. The characters are likable. Keep the same formula you had in the next game. I hope you enjoyed this review, guys. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, maybe even subscribe. But until next time, guys, I'm Kyle Tander, and I'll catch you later.